And back now with Dave White from New York Sea Grant, and yes, we're in a canoe.
We're in a canoe.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
And this is all because it is National Safe Boating Week.
Yes.
And New York Sea Grant is going around and making sure folks know, not just this week, but the entire summer, talking about being safe when you're out on the water.
Absolutely.
And having some demonstrations at what you can do. So, thank you for coming in and hauling in the canoe as well.
Absolutely.
What things go on during the National Safe Boating Week? What things are done?
National Safe Boating Week obviously is put on by the National Safe Boating Council, and it's a great opportunity for folks to just raise awareness again about safe boating. So we take the advantage with the Discover and Clean Safe Boat, which we're going to have again this year. We have a 16-foot Grumman boat with a engine donated to us by Clayton Marina, and we have the 16-foot canoe to be able to take around and talk about all types of boating, being safe, being clean, and also focusing on invasive species. So Safe Boating Week is a great opportunity to raise awareness, to be thinking about what do you need to have on board, especially in advance of Memorial Day weekend when everybody's hoping to get out. Beth's weather's going to clear for us, I'm sure, on Friday, putting that responsibility on her, so we'll be able to get out and have a great time. So we've added paddle sports because it's such a big and new opportunity that folks are taking advantage of.
And in this day and age, I think people are doing more things closer to home or where it may be not as expensive as going away, so maybe canoeing or kayaking or something could be something that they're going to be doing. So what are some things that you want to make sure that you have when, I mean, it's simple, throw a canoe on the water, but there's so many important things that you have to remember.
There really are. Probably the biggest change is, it used to be in a canoe you'd get on and, you'd sit on the cushion, so you'd have it your Type 4. You also have to have for everybody on board a Type 2, 3, or a wearable on board now.
Is that
for everybody? Law? That is law. You've got to have a wearable on board for everybody, and it's always good to have a throwable on board in case somebody does go over. So, having the right safety equipment, and laws do change, so being aware of it. People still carry these. They sit down, it makes it more comfortable, but having the wearable for everybody on board and under 12 have to wear their life jacket at all time when underway. And when you're in a canoe, you're underway all the time. So they have to have it on the whole time. And then when we talk about invasives, canoes, kayaks, other things that folks are doing, what we're talking about this year is not only making sure the boat and the trailer are clean of invasives, you don't want to take them from one body of water to the other, but you have to check all the other stuff that you have on board that comes in contact with the water. If you're fishing out there and you've got a net and you get a weed, and then you take this to the next body of water, scoop it up. This weed, you've just infested in that body of water. And obviously, your bait bucket, make sure you dump it before you leave the body of water you're at. Again, you're going to have bait in it that doesn't belong in that water, or you're going to have weeds that have gotten in it that don't belong. So making sure you're not taking any of this from one body of water to the next.
Now, folks will recognize you at different events around the summertime as well, because you have a boat that you tour around with, right? And you use that as a prop, so to speak, to teach people what the important things are when it comes to boating safely.
Yes. Actually, both of these boats will be together. The 16-foot Grumman fishing boat, as well as this one will be, and they're completely outfitted, as you have there, the sign marked paddle, and then everything is marked on board as to what it is, so folks can go by and go, oh, that's a Type 4 that I have to have. This is a Type 2 that I want to have. So everything on board is marked so folks can go by and go, oh, that's what I need to have on board to be safe, to be clean, and to make sure I'm not spreading invasives around. So great opportunity. It's a great display program that a lot of folks are partnering with us to get that information out to folks.
All right, very good. Dave White from New York Sea Grant, thank you much. Pete and repeat, we're in a boat. Pete
That's
fell
true.
out.
That's true. And you are up a creek with a paddle.
Okay. Had to get that in. Back here in a couple of moments, and your forecast coming up next.